Hello everyone, welcome to predictions in Vedic astrology for March 2025. Quite a month ahead. If you've got any plans for this month, be definitely prepared to be flexible. There's eclipses happening, solar and lunar, and most importantly of all, there's a whole pile up in Pisces. Be like the river. Let everything flow over you. This is my best advice. If you're new to my channel, of course, great to have you on board. Sub below, and if the video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Maybe share it around as well. Let's go. The first big event, and it is probably the most important, although it may get missed, is that Venus turns retrograde in Pisces. Now, Venus in Pisces is in exaltation, making everybody have this high feeling about compassion and caring. But when Venus goes retrograde, that turns around. Venus acts debilitated. So from the 2nd of March, business matters, relationship matters become extremely confused. And Venus retrograde in Pisces will cause a lot of criticism, a lot of picking, a lot of niggling, dissatisfaction for many people. Be aware of this vibration and don't let it get you down. Particularly around the 11th and the 12th, because that's when the Sun combusts with Saturn. They are arch enemies to each other. Run-ins with authority figures, all sorts of pressures come into the workplace, into government dealings, everything seems to be constrained, and basically people are putting the clampers onto you. Many people feel very constrained under this Sun-Saturn conjunction, and then we go into an eclipse. Sun goes into Pisces on the 14th, and straight away there's a total lunar eclipse. Now, this eclipse is an interesting one because the moon is in Leo, but Ketu, eclipsing factor, is in Virgo. It's an interesting eclipse. I will be posting about this very soon. Look out for the video. But right now, we can expect that this eclipse will give everybody some information they've been waiting a long time for, maybe even 6 months. But as soon as you get the information, dealing with it will not be straightforward. It's definitely one of those months. Because Mercury, planet of business, planet of commerce, planet of money, finance, and everything to do with education and communication, and indeed travel, goes retrograde on the 15th of March, causing delay to decisions, to clarity, to communication. So everything becomes topsy-turvy, and you think, now what do I do? Everybody's going to become a little bit frantic with this Mercury and Venus both retrograde in the second half of the month. Everybody needs to stay very calm indeed to deal with this disruptive energy. Mercury, Venus are rajastic planets, planets of passion, planets of desire. But there are so many obstacles, miscommunications, and disturbances in the last 2 weeks of March. It's best to sit it out if you possibly can, is my advice. If you have to travel, of course, you will have many delays. Just be prepared for them. And so many misunderstandings and miscommunications, as I say, people are spinning, which is leading us into the solar eclipse on the 29th of March. So it's really not a good idea to sign anything, commit to anything until after this eclipse. That is a general factor I would advise most definitely. And just after the eclipse, Saturn has gone into Pisces, starting a whole new phase of karmic experience for everybody. Videos on my channel right now. Saturn into Pisces up until 2028. The link is below. Check it carefully. And as I say, watch out for this eclipse video, giving you much more insight into these amazingly transformative eclipses coming up. We need to pay attention to them. How to use the readings from your Vedic moon and ascendant signs, sidereal horoscope, not tropical Western. Check the link below to a website, Devaguru. Put in your birthday to bring up your moon and ascendant. One special factor, though, in these readings. After every reading, I include a daily tracker, but this is only to be seen from the moon sign, giving you the up and down days for the month. Let's begin. For Aries, moon and ascendant, once again, you are having certain blessings when everybody else is getting a little stuck. Why? Because both Jupiter and Venus are going to be encircling your sign during this month, giving you a Subdhakatari yoga. Yes, there are eclipses happening. Venus going retrograde, Mercury going retrograde. I've just spoken about it. There's a lot of confusion, but you are protected. Stay calm. It's still important to take it easy with relationships and business, as I've said. Don't make too many big moves because the Lord of your business house, Venus, goes retrograde second and he's in 12th house, so he will be there. And don't forget, Mercury, business planet, also goes retrograde middle of the month. So right the way through this month, big relationship and business decisions, take it easy. More information is needed. One thing to watch out for is a lot of criticism, even subtly. Criticism comes towards Aries. Why? Because Venus is 7th lord. Spouse, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, even business partner. And he's gone 12th house, retrograde Pisces. So retrograde Venus Pisces becomes super critical. Who towards? You. So what you have to do is stand aside from all that. Don't let people's subtle vibes or negative comments get you down this month. It will irritate you. Mars is really strong. You may be tempted to really lash out. Stay calm. It's so important. Watch for the lunar eclipse, the 14th. Those particular middle of the month days are very important because the sun goes into 12th house. So the end of the month, the last 2 weeks, are the most difficult for Aries moon and ascendant. There can be health issues, there can be workplace stress, crisis, confusion, and your Lord squaring K2. Some of you feel like packing up your bags, moving out of the door. You are so irritated. Stay calm. Do not make impulsive decisions, especially near this lunar eclipse. Don't forget, Saturn still favors you, 11th house. Check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit. Link is below because these final weeks of Saturn Aquarius, some special blessing is coming. So hang around, see it through. There's a definite blessing coming, possibly new income. Possibly even promotion, who knows? Possibly special, supportive friend, colleague who is going to have your back. So even though you feel like walking out of the door, stay with it. Blessings are coming. Towards the end of the month, particularly Sun, 12th house, you need downtime. You need time alone. You need meditation, contemplation, deep breathing, and do not get into quarrelsome situations, particularly with your siblings, particularly in the workplace, as I have explained. You can get health issues coming up again because of this subconscious stress. Attend to them and attend to your diet as well. Jupiter's still in 2nd house, meaning dietary changes help you. Attend to them quickly. And as we come up to solar eclipse, travel changes happen. Travel plans go all up in the air with this Mercury, Venus retrograde. 12th house, maybe not the best time for long distance travel, something to be aware of. Just be prepared for many changes and delays. For Aries moon sign only, not ascendant, here are the go days and the challenging days according to the moon's position relevant to your natal moon in Aries. Check them carefully. For Taurus moon and ascendant, it's all piling up in the 11th house of your chart. It's about colleagues, network circles, work environment, everything about where you connect to other people. But there's too much going on here. It's becoming confused, especially when your Lord Venus goes retrograde here from the beginning of the month, especially. You start to feel like you've got to cut yourself off, but you haven't. People have got good information to give you, even though it's confusing. Stay in touch with everybody and don't cut yourself off. Now note that your Lord going retrograde in Pisces, he begins to feel debilitated because he's retrograde. So you will begin to feel the same. you will feel many factors such as pressure, as though you're being forced into a corner where in your network circles, groups, friendships, associations, colleague network circle as well. Students, you're feeling it in connection to your learning environment. It's all piling up and you are feeling intensely pressured. This makes you critical. Be careful. Don't get into negative argumentation. Why? Because Mangala is aspecting K2, Lord of your 7th house. You could have really difficult confrontations in love relationships, intimate relationships. Things could be said that you regret. Be careful, particularly around lunar eclipse on the 14th. Or there could be problems in education situation that just makes you want to just leave the course, because K2 Mangala is an all or nothing factor. Stay very calm. Don't make any emotional decisions near to the lunar eclipse. You've got to stick with this education. It's going to be good in the end. Jupiter is giving you the power to do good learning all the way through the month. If you got interviews coming up, job change, reorientation, promotion, anything, there could be sudden setbacks to this, sudden unexpected developments. But the good news, the sun in the 11th house is powerful for you. People in authority can favor you. Difficulties happen, definitely. Sun, Saturn on the 11th, as I've spoken about beginning of the video. Check it out. Watch all confrontations with authority figures, those dates. But after that, things calm down tremendously. So the end of the month is actually favorable for you, even though it's chaotic in the workplace. You're going to find your way through this. The 11th house is a powerful house for Taurus. So the solar eclipse comes end of the month and something you've been hoping for may not materialize. Don't fear. This is about income, perhaps, job opportunities, etc. It's going to come up again in a much more favorable way. For Taurus moon sign only, not ascendant, these are the go days when things are smoother for you by the moon's aspect to your own moon, and these are the more challenging days. Take a note of them for your diary. For Gemini moon, Gemini ascendant, while you're in a mood to push things forward, you're in a mood to get things done. Mars continues in your 1st house, but look at the squaring aspects now to all of the other grahas. So much pressure in your home, so much pressure in the workplace, and you're trying to shift it. Hold on. You could run into a brick wall if you do too much at once. Pace yourself carefully because things are shifting dramatically. It's going to be a whole new future very, very soon because Saturn is moving, Rahu is moving, everything is moving. This is what you've actually wanted to happen, don't forget. But your Lord is Mercury, and Mercury's going for his retrograde period starting at the middle of the month. So you may make decisions beginning of the month and then rethink them completely at the end of the month. This is fine. Do not become frustrated. You're going to have communication problems, difficulties in the workplace, but Mercury is strong 10th house. So information comes about jobs, superior shifts, business shifts, marketplace shifts, everything. Everything is shifting so swiftly. Students are having quite a lot of stress. Education course, Sun-Saturn conjunction about the 11th is really putting you under pressure. Difficulties from your teachers, lecturers. You're not happy. You feel that, again, you cannot do this education course. It is not even satisfying you so much. But good news, Guru continues 12th house. You can do independent research really well. The most sensitive period is the middle of the month when the lunar eclipse, check the video coming up soon, makes you very impulsive, especially in the home, in your communication with your family, siblings, father, particularly authority figures. It could all blow up. But you will get clarifying information about the home situation, educational situation in particular. This will help you. Mangala aspects K2, you could get into very difficult situation with your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, anybody who you live with. Be careful. But actually, you can shift a lot of difficult factors in the home. So on the one hand, it's a very sensitive period. Don't become too impulsive. Mangala first house, good time to get fit. Bad time to become too impulsive as you're moving around. Be careful or you could have mishaps. As we get near to the solar eclipse, though, we're coming to the big change because this happens in the 10th house of your chart. This is the whole career direction, purpose of your life. You are shifting. You are thinking of something else. You are dissatisfied and a new future awakes. But solar eclipse is a darkening effect. Check out the video coming up soon about this eclipse to get more information. So you want to make the decision right now. You want to make the big changes right now. This is the actual time to be gathering information. Do not make those big decisions until the middle of next month when your Lord is finally going direct again. For Gemini moon sign only, here are the go, more positive days when you can get things accomplished and the more challenging days on this side. Take a note of these for your diary. The big build-up for Cancer, Moon and Ascendant is in the 9th house of your chart. The 9th house is about future goals, commitments, what you believe in. What are you going to commit yourself to for your future? It's about philosophy, religion, belief systems, and higher education. So all of these areas, big changes are certainly happening. If you are in any educational situation, whether it's part-time, full-time education, any learning situation, there's going to be a little bit of chaos on it this month for you. You're going to feel just as though you are going round in circles, that you can't commit yourself to this course anymore. Because Mercury, Venus going retrograde, there is misunderstanding. The whole educational situation is confusing and challenging for you, particularly from the 15th onwards. Just before that, the lunar eclipse, which always makes Cancer people super sensitive because moon is eclipsed. Actually in your 4th house, education house, but K2 is the eclipsing factor in the 3rd house. So it's a big decision about education. Do you cut yourself off or do you continue? Students or anybody studying, it's a very revealing lunar eclipse. More details coming up on the upcoming eclipse video, everyone. There can be run-ins, difficulties with your neighbors, siblings, definitely near to this lunar eclipse and in the domestic sphere. You're becoming really temperamental. K2 is a fire planet. Hold on. Don't get into argumentative situations. Certainly travel of any sort, whether it's short distance, long distance, is disturbed because Mangala disturbs K2 from this 12th house foreign land. So business connected to foreign shores, communication with foreign shores and travel to foreign shores. It's all stressful during March 2025. What are the positives? Getting advice. This big pile up in your 9th house means second opinion about everything, about education course, about health concerns, about financial affairs. Anybody who you consult, get a second opinion and something new comes out, some helpful situation. Why? Because Venus is exchanging with Guru. So helpful people are there for you. This is the definite blessing in this March 25 for Cancer, Moon and Ascendant. For Cancer Moon only, not Ascendant, these are the go days for you during March 25, and these are the more challenging dates. Take a note of these for your diary. For Leo, Moon and Ascendant, so much is happening in the 8th house, 2nd house, and it's all change for business people, investments, wills, legacies. Things are changing so fast, you are just left spinning. Health problems come up as well. So much seems to be going on behind the scenes, causing you stress. But here's the best thing. Mangala continues in the 11th house. You are pushing on regardless. That's the thing. But the problem, same as last month. Mangala aspects K2. Mangala aspects a fire planet in the house of speech. What you are saying, how you are saying it is not going down well. It is causing family chaos, family disruption. You think you are helping family, but they are not seeing it that way. Take a little step back and watch your speech all of the month. Same for business people. You are making huge business changes, many demands, many ultimatums going on because Mars K2 is an aggressive factor. You want to cut up all of those past business programs, start again. You are going to start again, but things are so chaotic that finding agreement with your partner, business partners, etc. will be extremely difficult during March 2025. If you're an employed person, watch for confrontations with your work colleagues, particularly after mid-month. Why? Because Mercury is the dispositor of this Mars 11th house and he goes retrograde. From the middle of the month onwards, confusion in the workspace with your colleagues, misunderstandings, miscommunication, lost messages, emails. The whole work environment becomes chaotic. Don't lose your cool. You'll be really tempted to. It's important. All of this miscommunication is temporary. It will be sorted out. Positively, they know where you stand and you know where they stand. So this is a good thing. Mangala in this 11th house still gives you financial gain despite all of the chaos. Even opportunities open to you. This is favorable for increase income. This is excellent. And Jupiter continues in the 10th house. So you are over expanding career. Do you really know what your career direction is? I would say you don't actually. And these eclipse cycles are going to turn your thoughts in a completely different direction. So the way you think now and the way you think in a few months from now will be very, very different. For Leo moon only, take note of the go days, the days when the moon favors your natal moon, and the more challenging dates on this side. Take a note of them all for your diary. For Virgo moon and Virgo ascendant, both two areas of your life are causing you concern, and they are relationships, I'm sure you know about this, and business factors. If you are self-employed, it's a critical month ahead. Now, this build-up in your 7th house is causing confusion, dealing with everybody, actually. You're getting mixed messages from so many people, not just relationships, business, but virtually everybody. Why? Because particularly from the middle of the month, the stress increases as your Lord goes retrograde. But this could have a favorable factor. You are not in control of business changes, relationship changes even. Let it be. Don't get into super anxiety, particularly around lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse opens your eyes to what other people are planning to do, which you mightn't have seen before. And this has a big effect on your work situation. Why? Because Mangala from the 10th house has a full drishti on to this lunar eclipse. Check the video coming up on my channel soon to learn more about this major transformation. Of course, Venus retrograde 7th house. It's hard to know what relationship partner, girlfriend, boyfriend are doing or thinking. They keep on changing their mind. They are becoming erratic. Everything seems completely up in the air. It's not a good time to begin anything this this month. Even job interviews become fractured and not certain. You are very ambitious. You want to make major changes in your career. Hold fire. Next month or two, fantastic opportunities come as Mangala goes back into your 11th house. A little more patience. Changes are coming. What's good for all Virgos is learning, listening to others, getting information. Why? Because Guru and Venus continue in their Parivartanan exchange. So you are going to get good advice. This is the best thing about March 25. It may seem that you could have a new medical examination and there's some new stuff coming up, and it can seem contrary because Venus is now retrograde, or you can get some financial advice, educational advice, and everything seems to be different to what you've heard before. But this is good. Advisors are opening your eyes to new possibilities for your future. So contemplate all of these new ideas. Advisors are helping you. Father may be also helping you. People who give you advice, people who mentor you, guide you, consultations, all of these. This is so good. But don't make final decisions about anything, I would suggest, until after solar eclipse at the end of the month. Because solar eclipse in this Kendra house is switching everything around and a whole new perspective coming. Check the video on my channel. Eclipses coming up very soon. For Virgo moon sign only, don't forget, not ascendant, just the moon. These are the go days for you and the more challenging dates in the month ahead. Take a note of these carefully for your diary. Libra moon and ascendant. Well, talk about the pressure to sort out all the loose ends in your life. It's really happening in March with this pile up in the 6th house of your chart. This is going to impact health, going to impact workplace stress and many factors, but don't fear because Rahu continues strong here and he is the eclipse factor. Many difficult factors coming up will be wiped out by the end of this month. Do not fear. Now, this 6th house pile-up is compounded by your Lord, as you can see, Venus going retrograde from the 2nd, like I said, beginning of the video. So this month, you are going backwards to go forward. You are having old problems coming up again. This can be domestic issues, colleague, workplace issues, which you thought you'd sorted. Here they are again, completely not sorted. This can be health issues, especially issues with your pets, small animals, anything which you thought you'd fixed, basically, in your life, whether it's in your home, workplace, health issues, anything, even relationship issues. Something you thought you'd fixed, it's coming unstuck, and this is giving you stress. But don't fear, this is actually favorable because Venus, your Lord, continues Parivartanan exchange to Guru Jupiter, Lord of Fortune, in the 8th house. You're going to get secret information. You're going to get new consultation health-wise. You're going to get help in your relationship stress. Partner will support you, don't fear. You are going to find that this going backwards to go forwards is actually going to work marvelously in your favor. The big turning point is the middle of the month. That's when things really become clarified because lunar eclipse is hitting a little bit of your 11th house, but K2 in 12th house, it's a secretive factor. You're going to get information. You're going to make big changes about perhaps travel, foreign land, all of these things, educational concerns, some of you, and you think, oh no, I didn't want to go this way. It seems like so many delays and difficulties. Go with these changes. And if there are health issues need sorting, sort them immediately. You will be so glad you did because new information's coming, going to make all of these health issues much more manageable. So the end of the month after 15th, when the sun is in 6th house, you will sort all of these difficulties, particularly solar eclipse. So again, there is anxiety, concern. Check the video coming up soon on my channel, Eclipses coming up, and I will talk about this solar eclipse more detail. But after that solar eclipse, you finally let go of something unworkable. It may be connected to health issues where you were actually going before was not helping you, or it may be connected to your workplace environment. Whatever it is, you're going to let it go and feel huge relief. Here are the go-to days if your moon is in Libra sign, moon only, and the challenging days in the month. Take a note of these carefully for your diary. For Scorpio, moon and ascendant, wow, the areas under stress, as you can see, are children issues, education issues, romantic relationships, and friendships. These are being stressed by the eclipse cycle and by this build-up in Pisces in your horoscope. The most important factor to note straight away is that Venus is going retrograde. Venus is very important for you. He's your 7th house lord. He rules not just relationship, business partner, but virtually everybody else you are dealing with in your life, and he's going retrograde. In your intimate spousal relationship, Venus is the Lord 7th house, and your romantic relationships may be not decided to commit yet. There is confusion. There is so much talk going on, but you are uncertain of the way forward. But you see, this is good. You are clarifying things together. This is not a big split, although for some of you it could be. But if it is a split, it will happen in a good way because Jupiter continues 7th house with an aspect to Venus. There is goodwill between you. So this affects business as well. So in romantic and business relationships, there is goodwill behind all of this indecision. Do not fear. There can be a lot of stress and confusion on the education course students. Lunar eclipse gives you clarity, middle of the month, 13th, 14th. If you have kids, there's a lot of confusion about situations developing with them. Again, stay calm. It's going to completely unravel itself. And certainly if you are female seeking pregnancy, there can be delay, this sort of thing. So definitely there's a lot of confusion and you should be patient. Patience sees you through this difficult month because don't forget, Venus, Jupiter are in a good exchange. So all of these problems are going to sort out given time. But there is some problem at the lunar eclipse, so with some financial decisions because Mangala aspects K2. Maybe you've got to completely change a business decision or investment joint financial decision. This is fine because financial situations are causing you stress because K2 continues in the 11th house. There can be problems in your friendship network circles, colleague circles as well. People are leaving your orbit who you've been close to, but new people coming in, that's the thing. So be really careful not to make those big decisions after Mercury turns retrograde at the end of the month. So the last 2 weeks are the time for the utmost patience. Things are stressful, but not outside of the realm of really good solutions. Do not fear. For Scorpio moon sign only, these are the go days for you in the month when you can move ahead with your plans much more easily. And these are the challenging days. Take a note of the dates for your diary. For Sagittarius, moon and ascendant, wow, talk about the domestic pressure, domestic stress. Something in the home environment is becoming top heavy, impossible to deal with, and something's going to have to give during March 25. Once again, it's about home-work balance. This shift between 4th house home, 10th house career is emphasized in this eclipse cycle as well. Mercury's retrograde phase is the problem. He's your 7th lord. Disagreement with your business partners around lunar eclipse, with your spouse about domestic changes, with your girlfriend, boyfriend about living situation. Nothing but disagreement and confusion. Hold fire. Mangala gives a temperamental factor in all relationships this month. You are dissatisfied and drifting in your career, just going along with everything, but in a dissatisfied way. Do not fear. There will be changes happening after the solar eclipse at the end of the month. So, any big decisions about working from home, not working from home, changing career, looking for new jobs, all of these difficult decisions cannot be made during this eclipse cycle. They may be taken out of your hand. Do not worry if they do. Again, a new direction definitely coming in the spring. So if you have property matters, home move, anything to do with sorting out domestic situation involving other people, which is most likely to happen, then there is confusion, there is disagreement, there is stress, there is things that seem to be fixed and then need to be fixed again. So be prepared for many delays in your domestic home situation, in anything to do with property matters during this month. And watch your health. Good news is Venus, Jupiter continue to have a good aspect to each other, mutual exchange, but you can have upset, digestion, stress issues, this sort of thing. Don't forget, Saturn is coming to the end of his third house transit. It's favorable for you that somebody or some situation is coming in to rescue you, literally pick you up from this difficult situation. Solutions are there. Watch out for them. Something unexpected or some unexpected help from the neighborhood, from the work situation comes, which actually gives you clarity in the confusion. So it's a very confusing and frustrating month for some Sagittarians, but do not fear. The solar eclipse is a big moment, end of the month, where everything is going to shift in any case. So domestic situation is uncertain. Property matters are confused, but still, if you can avoid getting into contention with everybody, it's going to sort out in the spring, most certainly. For Sagittarius moon, not ascendant, just the moon sign, these are the go days for you when things become a lot smoother and the more challenging dates on this side. Take a note of these dates for your diary. For Capricorn moon and ascendant, it's a chaotic month for many people, but for Capricorn moon and ascendant, it's a productive one, funnily enough. But absolutely everything depends on the clarity of your communication. This is the key. It's very important for students because a lunar eclipse is affecting the 9th house, about education, definitely, but Guru is continuing in a beautiful aspect to Venus right the way through the month in your learning house. So confusion on the course, but learning is good. Education is positive for you. Don't let any upsetting, unexpected conditions throw you off. Mangala continues, 6th house. You will accomplish so much, get so much work done, whether you are student, whether you are employed, whatever you are doing, your purpose and your focus is actually excellent during March 25. For your health, it's an active month. Mangala continues direct now, 6th house. You are taking control of some long-standing health issue, getting on top of it, getting fitter, changing diet. It is all positive. If you have interviews, you are going to beat all the competition, but again, there is a little bit of confusion because of this pile-up 3rd house. Definitely, though, you are in a very empowered position to make good changes, but there will be delays because Mercury's retrograde phase from the middle of the month means that even if you get the job, there will be changes coming to the contract. Be prepared for this. There can be some stress dealing with sibling situation, neighbor situation, even father during the month, but you will sort out any problems arising. Everything which is, as I say, causing everybody else to become stressed is simply opening up new opportunities, possibilities for Capricorn moon and ascendant. Financially, it's a positive month. As Saturn comes to the end of his transit in your 2nd house and the end of Sati Sati for moon sign Capricorns, you are moving on to a really good phase of new opportunities, but you just can't see them at the moment. That's the thing. That is why there is a bit of confusion about direction, because Saturn is your Lord. As he comes to the end of any sign, it's a shifting moment for Capricorn moon ascendant. In the spring, everything will shift in the most productive way. Check the video on my channel, Saturn going into Pisces. The link is below. And from Moon Capricorn only, these are the go days for you when things are smoother, and the more challenging dates on this side. Take a note of these dates for your diary. For Aquarius moon and Aquarius ascendant, it's a critical month for your future, particularly for financial concerns, investments, and business people. Wow, these are major changes occurring during this March 2025. At all costs, avoid anything to do with speculation. I just want to say it straight away, because second house of finance is having solar eclipse. Mangala in the house of speculative gain is aspecting Ketu, which is loss. So if you put money where you're not certain about, if you do any speculation whatsoever, and you may be tempted to it, it's not going to work out. In fact, immediately you will probably see it was an absolute mistake. So be really cautious about monetary factors. Take advice. You need advice. Guru aspects Venus. You can get good advice even from your family members. Listen to them. They've got something good to talk to you about. But are you listening? That's a problem. Because your Lord Saturn's coming to the very end of his own sign, where he meets with the Sun at the beginning of the month. Check the dates, 11th, 12th. Be really careful with your partner, with your business partner. There could be big blow-ups happening at the beginning of the month. Stay calm. Don't become stubborn. Listen to other people. It's so important, particularly authority figures, particularly spouse, partner. Plans about home, moves, etc. seem to be going backwards because Mercury's retrograde, Venus retrograde, family finances, general finances, and all of your future financial plans regarding property and home situation are completely up in the air. This is good because you may have been committing to something that was not profitable to you. So you shouldn't make any big home moves, investments, changes until the dust settles. Then you will get marvelous opportunities, definitely, after this solar eclipse at the end of March 25. Check the video on my channel, Eclipses, to learn more about these completely transformative eclipses happening for Aquarius moon ascendant. What's positive for you? Education. Learning is superb. Guru is in 4th house. You are on top of the course. Mars is in the 5th house. You are speeding ahead with your education course. Even if it's part-time, small learning opportunity, take it. What you are learning is going to be so profitable for you in the future. Give it total attention. If your moon is in Aquarius, these are the go days for you when things go much more smoothly, and the more challenging dates are shown on this side of the page. Take a note of these dates for your diary. Pisces moon and ascendant, you know you're in the middle of a very important phase of your life because so many planets in this Pisces sign, moon or ascendant, mean that you are being serious about making changes in your life, but the confusion is extremely strong during March 25. Because Venus is in Pisces retrograde, and from the middle of the month, Mercury as well, You are giving out mixed messages and getting mixed messages. You are uncertain about the future. This is a heavy weight on you, particularly moon sign. There's a lot of pressure building up in this March 25. On the other hand, there is more contact with people around you, particularly siblings, neighbors, and in your home life. Many important factors are being finally sorted. This is positive energy, definitely. But at the lunar eclipse, it gets confusing in your intimate personal relationships. People are not understanding you. They are asking you, what are you committing to? What are you going to do? And the answer is, you do not know. So people are becoming irritated with you, and there can be many difficult factors. Mangala aspects Ketu, there can be many unsettling domestic moments, particularly with your intimate partner during March 25. But check the videos coming up soon about this lunar eclipse, because it's having a totally transformative effect on how you deal with your nearest and dearest, and it is not definitely all negative. There is a very positive effect. The solar eclipse is more difficult because at the end of the month, it's a darkening factor. Again, check the video coming up soon. You become anxious, a little bit phobic about future prospects, but you do not need to. You are going to benefit from cutting out everything and everyone which is weighing you down. You know what you have to do. It's just not the right time as yet. Wait till Saturn gets into your sign. 30th of March onwards, check the video on my channel. The link is below as well to that. And you will definitely have much more focus after then. So much confusion, so much indecision. But you are going to come out of this stronger than ever. Do not fear. But be careful, meantime, to not sign anything, commit to anything, or make definite plans until after solar eclipse. If you do this, you will not go wrong. If your moon is in Pisces, here are the go days for you during the month when things are smoother and you can accomplish, and the more challenging dates are on this side. Take a note of these dates for your diary. Check out all the other major transits happening at this time. The playlist is up on your screen. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Watch out for the eclipse video coming soon. Goodbye for now, and God bless you all.